Hi folks, this is all the fruit and I'm in the little city or big town of Weinheim near Heidelberg in Germany. A town which has definitely more than its fair share of botanic gardens and similar parks. Yeah, and when you think you know them all, here right beneath the castle gardens, like between the lake and the kiosk and the place where people can get some food and look at some nice animals, there is a herbal garden. I guess this upper terrace here is not part of the herbal garden, but at least you get some strange rose hips here. What else can you get here? Well, some bladder nut. This seems to be the European bladder nut. Yeah, quite nice big nut. Yeah, decent size, good seeds, already ripe in early August or ripe enough. Here is some other bladder nut species. This could be the Japanese bladder nut or some other bladder nut. I opened them and the seeds were like half the size of those. Those are like a small hazelnut, and they could be worth foraging and cracking and eating, but the other ones just too small. Here a cornel cherry, unlike most other cornel cherries I saw today, this one is still completely unripe. Here different viburnum species. Here some non-edible ornamental viburnum. Here viburnum lantana, which some people also say is not edible, others say it is, so be careful with it. Hazelnuts, they should be ripe enough, but I've cracked enough stuff with my teeth today. I shouldn't let them work too much. Oh, look at that, some of those hazelnuts growing huge clusters. I hope that this will be a good year for hazelnuts. Last couple of years were quite bad, and the hazelnuts were infected too. Well, let's see what we have in this herbal garden. Lots of herbs, but from time to time you can find some interesting edible or alternatively toxic fruit here. The good thing is there are a lot of names at most of the plants, and they don't just state the name but also what you use it against. Well, this one you use against diarrhea and wounds. Let's see what kind of nice fruit we find here. This is a north-facing slope, so everything is quite late here. I wonder, I'm amazed that the bladder nuts are ripe, because the yew, unlike other trees less than 100 meters away from here, is completely unripe. This is a big bearberries. Is this Bearberries vulgaris? Well, they say it's Bearberries vulgaris, but it's some of those stems are about as thick as my arm, and it's like 4 meters tall. Amazing. Also nice edible fruit. Well, the European ones are not as tasty as some Asian species. They have a bit of a bitterness, but still, they're edible. Also, some people say they are kind of toxic, so maybe I'll take this edibility rating back and say some people say they're edible. Hawthorn, but I don't see any fruit on the hawthorn. Oh, monk's pepper. Fruit, flowers and leaves, you can all use them as a spice. They taste kind of peppery and at the same time a little bit of lavender spirits. But they are the opposite of Viagra, so they'll make you fail in bed. The branches, by the way, they are so tough, they are used for making baskets in warm places like the Mediterranean. Well, this seems to be a rose from the Canine group, also with edible rose hips. Here this Oenotera, what was it, evening primrose, has a lot of edible parts, and the seeds which are produced in huge amounts, are also supposed to be edible, but to me they taste like sawdust. Here another bearberries, smaller shrub with a lot of fruit. I'm not covering all the herbs here. First it would take hours, and second time here more for the fruit. So I'm trying to get at the low-hanging fruit here, literally. Like the strawberry tree. Well, there are no strawberries growing on the strawberry tree, but it's called strawberry tree. Not so many fruit down here, but more up here, and even more in this sheltered location between the two shrubs. Look at that, it's gonna be a good strawberry tree harvest. Well, here we have Physalis alkekengi. One Physalis which is edible, but which was considered toxic for a long time in Germany. Makes very beautiful orange fruit once they are kind of ripe, but this one is not ripe yet, so it's still half green. Well, Ruscus aculeatus, it also has nice red berries, despite being a monocot, but I don't see any on it right now. This is some ornamental bearberries. This is not the native bearberries, but also a bearberries with some fruit, which, well, if they are not edible, they will cause you a lot of trouble. Mahonia, a close relative of the bearberries. This is Oregon grape. The fruit are also edible, but better cook them first, or they'll give you trouble. Well, here, dogwood, European dogwood, Cornus sanguinea. The fruit are not toxic, but they are not nice. Here's something nice, the Saskatoon, a very nice berry, one of my favorite fruit in late spring or early summer. Here another Viburnum. No, this is again Viburnum lantana. No, there's a Viburnum carlesi. I don't even know this name. Yeah, quite a lot of fruit in this park. Here is a Aronia. Nice but slightly tart fruit. Holly. You don't eat the holly fruit, but there are teas and other things made from it, like yerba mate, and I think also some North American Indians make stuff from North American holly species. Here another bearberries with unripe fruit. I don't even know which one this is. Here a hawthorn with kind of edible fruit, but they will stimulate your heart, so be careful how much you eat from them, how much you eat of them. Dozens, maybe hundreds of herbs, labeled herbs. If you are into medicinal plants, this is a great garden to look what they look like. Well, don't harvest them, it's a garden for looking, not for harvesting. Let's see what we have here. Oh, this is, I think, milkweed. I think those fruit are edible. I think you don't eat them raw, you boil them, or you heat them, and then they should be quite good. I've never tried those fruit. It's a little bit invasive in parts of Germany. Here it's grown, I don't know. It's used for asthma, but I know that the fruit are supposed to be edible, and they're even supposed to be quite tasty, and since they are quite big, usually it grows in huge amounts. It's a thing that's really worth foraging for. Well, more rose hips over there. Let's go to the lower terrace. The place is kind of popular. Lots and lots of people here, which is good. People should know about fruits and herbs. Well, here we have, oh god, what is this called again? What is it? Arctium? Yeah. In Asia they grow this in fields to eat the roots, but you can also eat the stalks of the leaves, and you can actually eat the seeds and extract an oil from them. I think I made a video on it, but I forgot what artium is called in English. Well, any more fruit? If I was making herbal videos, I could spend weeks here, but I want to cover the fruit. Well, some more nice rose hips. You can eat all rose hips or make tea from them. Just some will be nicer than others. Here is a poke wheat, but it's being considered a wheat here, so it is being cut down, so I cannot show you the fruit right now. Well, down there the apple tree is outside of this garden. Here another interesting, well, it has no fruit yet, but flowers. This vine with the hanging flowers is actually hops. You cannot make good beer without hops. Not so many fruit left here. A lot of interesting plants, a lot of interesting herbs, but I don't see more interesting fruit here. I think that was all. Well, folks, if you're in Weinheim, definitely visit this little hidden herbal garden. At least if you are taking any herbal medicine, here you can look at what all those herbs look like in a fresh state. Yeah, apart from that, stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful little town of Weinheim, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.